Welcome, dear students. Standard 7th, Chapter 4th, Subject Mathematics, Topic Angles and Pairs of Angles, Module 1. Let us recall few concepts which we have seen in the previous standards. We can see a figure over here. It is an angle. Write the name of the angle shown alongside. So we have to write the name of this angle. This angle can be named as angle BMD or angle DMB or angle M. So there are three ways to name one angle. Next is we have to write the name of its vertex. When two arms of angle join at a point, its common point is called as vertex. Here we have vertex M. Next is write the names of its arms. Arms are the two rays which join together to form an angle. Those two rays are ray BM and ray MD. These two rays join each other at a point and it forms an angle. Last is write the names of the points marked on its arm. So we have to write the names of the points which are seen on the arms of the angle. Point B, point M and point D are the points marked on the arms of an angle. The interior and exterior of an angle. In the plane of the figure alongside, the group of points like point N, point M, point T, which are not on the arms of the angle, form the interior of angle PQR. The group of points in the plane of the angle like point G, point D, point E, which are neither on the arms of the angle nor in its interior, form the exterior of the angle. Adjacent angles. The ray MQ is a common arm of the angles, angle BMQ and angle QMD. While M is their common vertex, the interiors of these angles do not form or do not have a single common point. They may be said to be neighboring angles. Such angles are called as adjacent angles. Adjacent angles have one common arm and the other arms lie on the opposite side of the common arm. They have a common vertex. Adjacent angles have separate interiors. So basic definition of adjacent angles is two angles which have a common vertex, a common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. So here angle BMQ and angle QMD are the pairs of adjacent angles. In the given figure, if MB is a common arm, here if we consider MB as the common arm of the angles, angle BMD and angle BMQ, then they are not adjacent angles because they do not have separate interiors. They might have a common arm, that is ray BM. They might have a common vertex, that is vertex M, but they do not have separate interiors. So they cannot be said as adjacent angles. Now let us start with practice set 15. Observe the figure and complete the table for angle AWB. Solution. Points in the interior are point N, point X, point R, point C. Points in the exterior are point T, point U, point Q, point V and point Y. Points on the arm of the angles are point A, point G, point W, point B. Let us see the next sum. Name the pairs of the adjacent angles in the figures below. Solution. Two angles that have a common vertex, common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. This is the basic definition of adjacent angles. So we have to see whether pair of adjacent angles satisfy the property of common vertex, common arm and separate interiors. If they satisfy this property, then they are said to be adjacent angles. The pairs of adjacent angles are given below. Angle ANB and angle BNC, angle BNC and angle ANC, angle ANC and angle ANB. These are the pairs of adjacent angles of first figure. Now let us see the pairs of adjacent angles of second figure. Angle PQR and angle PQT. Only one pair of adjacent angle is there in the second figure. Let us see the third question. Are the following pairs adjacent angles? If not, state the reason. Angle PMQ and angle RMQ. Solution. Two angles which have a common vertex, a common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. In angle PMQ and angle RMQ, M is the common vertex and MQ is the common arm. Therefore, angle PMQ and angle RMQ are the pairs of adjacent angles. Second one, angle RMQ and angle SMR. Solution. Two angles which have a common vertex, a common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. The angles angle RMQ and angle SMR have common vertex M but do not have a common arm. Therefore, angle RMQ and angle SMR are not adjacent angles. Third one, angle RMS and angle RMT. Solution. Two angles which have a common vertex, a common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. The angles angle RMS and angle RMT have a common vertex M but do not have a common arm. Therefore, angle RMS and angle RMT are not adjacent angles. Fourth one, angle SMT and angle RMS. We know the basic definition of adjacent angles, that is, two angles which have common vertex, a common arm and separate interiors are said to be adjacent angles. In angle SMT and angle RMS, M is the common vertex and SM is a common arm. Therefore, angle SMT and angle RMS are said to be pairs of adjacent angles. Next topic is complementary angles. Draw angle PQR, a right angle. Take any point S in its interior and draw ray QS. Add the measures of the angles angle PQS and angle SQR. What will be the sum of its measures? If the sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degree, then they are known as complementary angles. Here, angle PQS and angle SQR are mutually complementary angles because their sum of the measures of the angles are 90 degree. That is, angle PQS plus angle SQR is equal to 90 degree. Hence, angle PQS and angle SQR are said to be complementary angles.
Practice set 16. First sum. The measures of the angles is given below. Write the measures of their complementary angle. First one is 40 degree. So we have to find out the complementary angle of 40 degree. Solution. Let the measure of the complementary angle be A. So 40 plus A is 90 degree. Because if the sum of the measures of angle is 90 degree, then they are said to be complementary angles. So in order to find the complementary angle of 40 degree, we have to add 40 degree with its complement, and when we add it, we should get it equal to 90 degree. So as we don't know what is the complementary angle of 40 degree, so we consider it as A and then write 40 plus A is equal to 90. In order to find out the value of A, we take 40 on the right hand side of the equation. So we will have 90 degree minus 40 degree, which is equal to 50 degrees. So the value of A is 50 degrees. Hence the measure of the complement of an angle of measure 40 degree is 50 degrees. The measures of the angle is given below. Write the measures of their complementary angle. Second one, 63 degrees. So we have to find the measure of the complementary angle of 63 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of complementary angle be A. As we do not know what is the measure of complementary angle, so let us consider it with any alphabet. Here I have considered it as A. Now we know that if two angles measure, sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degree, then those two angles are said to be complementary angles. So let us consider 63 plus A is equal to 90 degrees, because since A is considered as complementary angle of 63 degree, so 63 plus A is equal to 90. A is equal to 90 minus 63. Just take 63 on the right hand side of the equation. 90 minus 63 is 27. So the value of A is 27 degrees. Hence, the measure of the complement of an angle of measures 63 degrees is 27 degrees. Third one, 45 degrees. So we have to find the measure of complementary angle of 45 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of complementary angle be A. Here also we have considered the measure of complementary angle as A. You can consider any alphabet of your choice. 45 plus A is equal to 90 degrees, because we know that sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degree, then those two angles are said to be complementary angles. So A is equal to 90 minus 45. Just I have taken 45 on the right hand side of the equation. So 90 minus 45 is 45 degree. So the value of A is equal to 45 degrees. Hence, the measure of complement of an angle of measure 45 degree is 45 degree. Fourth sum is 55 degrees. So we have to find the measure of the complementary angle of 55 degrees. Let the measure of the complementary angle be A. You can consider any alphabet your choice. I have considered it as A. So 55 plus A is equal to 90 degrees, because if sum of the measure of two angles is 90 degree, then those two angles are said to be complementary angles. In order to find the value of A, let us take 55 on the right hand side of the equation. So it will be A is equal to 90 minus 55. Hence 90 minus 55 is 35 degrees. So the value of A is equal to 35 degrees. Hence, the measure of the complement of an angle of measures 55 degree is 35 degrees. Fifth sum is 20 degree. We have to find the measure of complementary angle of 20 degrees. Solution. Let the measures of complementary angle be A. So 20 plus A is equal to 90 degrees. So A is equal to 90 minus 20. Therefore, 90 minus 20 is 70 degrees. So the value of A is 70 degrees. Hence the measure of the complement of an angle of measures 20 degree is 70 degree. So we have found the measure of complementary angle of 20 degree, that is 70 degrees. Sixth is 90 degrees. So we have to find the measure of complementary angle of 90 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of complementary angle be A. So 90 plus A is equal to 90 degrees, because if sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degree, then those two angles are said to be complementary angles. So we have to find the complement of 90 degrees. So let us consider it as A and add A with 90 degree and is equal to 90 degrees. So 90 plus A is equal to 90 degrees. Now in order to find the value of A, let us take 90 on the right hand side of the equation. So we will have A is equal to 90 minus 90, which is equal to 0 degrees. So the value of A we get is 0 degrees. Hence the measure of complement of an angle of measure 90 degree is 0 degree. So we have found the measure of complementary angle of 90 degrees, that is equal to 0 degree. Seventh is X. So we have to find the measure of complementary angle of X degrees. It is a bit tricky question, but if we solve it properly, we will be able to find out the answer. Solution. Let the measure of complementary angle be A. Here, instead of X, if we would have A, then the measure of complementary angle, we should take it as another alphabet so that we don't get confused while subtracting. So here we already have X as the angle given. We want to find the measure of its complementary angle. So let us consider the measure of complementary angle be A. X plus A is equal to 90 degree. Since X and A are complementary angles, and we know that if sum of the measures of two angles is 90 degree, then those two angles are complementary angles. So X plus A is equal to 90 degrees. We have to find the value of A. So let us take X on the right hand side of the equation, so that we will have A is equal to 90 minus X. Hence the measure of complement of an angle of measure X degrees is 90 minus X. Second question of practice set 16 is y minus 20 degrees and y plus 30 degrees are the measures of complementary angles. Find the measure of each angle. So we have to find the exact measure of each angle. That is, we have to eliminate y from the given angles. Let us see how we are going to eliminate y from the measure of the given angles. Solution. Sum of two complementary angles is 90 degrees. Given two angles are the measures of complementary angles. So if we add those two angles, it will be equal to 90 degrees. So therefore, y minus 20 degrees plus y plus 30 degrees is equal to 90 degrees, which implies y minus 20 plus y plus 30 is equal to 90. That is, we have opened the brackets over here. Now y and y are like terms, so we can add those two terms. It will be 2y minus 20 plus 30 will be plus 10 is equal to 90. So we will have 2y plus 10 is equal to 90. Now we want to find the value of y. So let us take first 10 on the right hand side of the equation. So it will be 90 minus 10, which is equal to 80 degrees. So 2y is equal to 80. Now we want to find the value of y. So keeping y on the left hand side and taking 2 on the right hand side. So it will be y is equal to 80 divided by 2, because 2 is multiplied with y. If we take it on the right hand side, it will become divided. So it will be 80 divided by 2. 80 divided by 2 is 40. So the value of y is 40. Now we have just found the value of y. So let us substitute y is equal to 40 in the measure of two angles given above. Hence the measures of two angles are y minus 20, that is 40 minus 20 is equal to 20 degrees, and y plus 30, that is 40 plus 30 is equal to 70 degrees. Hence the measures of two angles are 20 degrees and 70 degrees.
Next topic is supplementary angles. A line AC is shown in the figure alongside. A ray BD stands on it. How many angles are formed over here? Major angle ABD and major angle DBC are formed over here. If you add major angle ABD plus major angle DBC, we get the answer as 180 degree. If the sum of the measures of two angles is 180 degree, then they are said to be supplementary angles. Here, angle ABD and angle DBC are pairs of supplementary angles because when we add angle ABD plus angle DBC, we get the answer as 180 degree. So they are said to be supplementary angles.
Let us see practice set 17. Write the measures of supplement of the angle given below. First is 15 degrees. So we have to find out the supplement of the angle 15 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be A. Here we don't know what is the value of supplementary angle of 15 degrees. So let us consider it as A. You can consider it as any alphabet. We have to solve it just like we solved it in practice set 16, first question. So 15 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Because if the sum of the measures of two angles is 180 degrees, then those two angles are said to be supplementary angles. And we have one supplementary angle as 15 degrees. We want to find the measure of its other supplementary angle, which we have considered it as A. So 15 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, A is equal to 180 minus 15, which is equal to 165. So the value of A is equal to 165. Hence, the measure of the supplement of an angle of measures 15 degrees is 165 degrees.
In sum, 85 degrees. So we have to find the measure of supplementary angle of 85 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be A. 85 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. So A is equal to 180 minus 85. Therefore, A is equal to 95 degrees. Hence, the measure of the supplement of an angle of measure 85 degrees is 95 degrees. Third one, 120 degrees. So we have to find the measure of supplementary angle of 120 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be A. 120 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. So A is equal to 180 minus 120. Therefore, A is equal to 60 degrees. Hence, the measure of supplement of an angle of measure 120 degrees is 60 degrees. Write the measure of supplement of an angle given below, 37 degrees. So we have to write the measure of supplementary angle of 37 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of the supplementary angle be A. 37 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. So A is equal to 180 minus 37. Hence the value of A is equal to 143 degrees. Hence the measure of supplement of an angle of measure 37 degrees is 143 degrees. Fifth sum, 108 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be A. 108 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, A is equal to 180 minus 108. Hence, A is equal to 72 degrees. Hence, the measure of supplement of an angle of measure 108 degrees is 72 degrees. Sixth sum is 0 degree. So, we have to find the measure of supplementary angle of 0 degrees. Supplement of the angle of 0 degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be A. 0 plus A is equal to 180 degrees. Therefore, A is equal to 180 minus 0. So, the value of A is equal to 180 degrees. Hence the measure of supplement of an angle of measure 0 degrees is 180 degrees. Seventh sum and the last sum of question number 1 is A degrees. We have to find the measure of supplement of an angle of A degrees. Solution. Let the measure of supplementary angle be x. Here we have A degrees. So let us consider the value of supplementary angle as x degree. So A plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Note to remember is we have to find the value of x over here, not the value of A. So x is equal to 180 minus A. Here we take A on the right hand side of the equation. So we will have x is equal to 180 minus A degrees, which is the measure of supplement of an angle. Hence the measure of supplement of an angle of measure A degrees is 180 minus A degrees.
I hope you all liked the video. Thank you for watching.